What happens during a heart attack? Do you really know what happens during a heart attack? What if the next time your heart skips a beat, it's not excitement, but a warning? What if the pain you brushed off last night wasn't stress, but the start of something far worse? Here's the truth most people never hear until it's too late. Heart attacks don't always come with drama. They don't wait for you to be old, or sick, or ready. They come quietly, at the office, on a morning jog, or while you sleep. Every year, millions of people wake up thinking they're fine, and never make it through the day. And yet, almost every one of those deaths could have been prevented, not by luck, but by awareness. You see, your heart doesn't betray you overnight. It whispers, it warns, and then it breaks. The question is, will you listen before that silence becomes permanent? Do you really know what happens inside your body during a heart attack? It's not just a burst of pain or a number on a cholesterol test. It's a silent storm inside your arteries. Imagine this. Inside your chest, your heart is begging for oxygen, but something is blocking its lifeline. Every beat becomes a desperate cry for help. Most people think a heart attack strikes suddenly, out of nowhere, but in reality, it's been building for years, quietly, secretly, waiting for that one final trigger. And when it hits, it changes everything: your body, your mind, your life. When I first learned what really happens inside the body during a heart attack, I realized how easily we ignore the most important warning signs until it's almost too late. Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States suffers a heart attack. According to the World Health Organization and CDC, cardiovascular diseases claim over 17 million lives each year, making them the leading cause of death worldwide. Behind those numbers are faces: fathers who never made it home, mothers whose hearts simply stopped mid-sentence, friends who thought it was just indigestion. The truth is, myocardial infarction doesn't just strike the old or the unhealthy. It can happen to anyone, at work, in traffic, or while you sleep. And here's the tragedy. Experts agree that more than 80% of heart attacks are preventable, if only we recognize the signs early and act in time. To understand what happens during a heart attack, we have to look deeper, not at the surface, but inside your arteries. Deep within your body, a slow and silent enemy takes shape: atherosclerosis. Over the years, fat, cholesterol, and calcium quietly build up along the walls of your coronary arteries, forming sticky plaques. There's no pain, no warning, just a growing storm. Then one day, one of these plaques ruptures. Your body rushes to heal it, sending platelets that create a blood clot. But this clot doesn't heal, it blocks. Suddenly, the flow of oxygen-rich blood stops. Within minutes, heart cells begin to die. That chain reaction is what we call a myocardial infarction, or heart attack. It's not a random event, it's the result of years of quiet damage, the moment when silence turns deadly. And that silence is often why so many never see it coming. When we talk about heart attack symptoms, most people picture sudden chest pain and collapse. But that's not always how it looks. For men, it often feels like pressure or squeezing in the chest, maybe spreading to the arm or jaw. But for women, the signs can be softer, almost invisible: fatigue, nausea, shortness of breath, or back pain. These are easy to ignore, easy to explain away. The CDC reports that many women experiencing a heart attack don't recognize it until it's too late, because their heart attack symptoms don't match what they've seen in movies. It's a dangerous misconception. Your heart doesn't always scream, sometimes it whispers. And when we fail to listen, we lose the chance to act. When a heart attack strikes, time becomes the most valuable currency. Every second that passes, heart muscle dies. That's why the American Heart Association and CDC say, if you suspect a heart attack, call emergency services immediately. Don't wait. Don't drive yourself. While waiting, chew an aspirin. It helps slow down blood clotting, and if prescribed, take nitroglycerin to ease your heart's workload. Once at the hospital, doctors confirm myocardial infarction using an ECG and high-sensitivity troponin blood tests. Then comes the life-saving step: angioplasty and stenting, reopening the blocked artery to restore oxygen flow. This is the gold standard heart attack treatment. Proven to save lives when done within the first 90 minutes. Because in the story of the heart, minutes aren't measured in time, they're measured in heartbeats saved. Surviving a heart attack is not the end of your story, it's the start of a new one. The heart can heal, but it needs care. Through cardiac rehabilitation, regular exercise, and a heart-healthy diet, you can rebuild strength and confidence. Doctors emphasize managing heart attack risk factors, controlling blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, and stress. Medications like beta blockers, ACE inhibitors, and statins are your shield against another attack. The CDC reports that adopting a heart-healthy lifestyle, quitting smoking, eating more fiber, getting enough sleep, can reduce recurrence risk by almost 50%. Recovery isn't about fear or fragility. It's about resilience, learning how to protect your heart. Cherish each beat, and live with awareness. Because every new heartbeat after recovery is not just survival, it's a second chance. You've just learned what happens during a heart attack, how something so silent, so small inside your arteries, can change everything in an instant. But knowledge alone isn't enough. What truly matters now is what you choose to do with it. Recovery is not just about healing the heart, it's about reclaiming your life. The most powerful medicine doesn't always come from a bottle or an operation. It comes from awareness, from the moment you decide to listen to your own heartbeat. You don't need to be a doctor to save a life, sometimes. You just need to recognize the early warning signs and act without hesitation. That's how real heart attack treatment begins, not in the hospital, but in your awareness, in your daily choices, in how you treat your body every day. The American Heart Association reminds us that more than 80% of heart attacks can be prevented through lifestyle changes, eating smarter, moving more, sleeping well, and managing stress. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Each walk you take, each healthy meal, each moment you choose calm over chaos, you're teaching your heart to live again. And if you've already survived a heart attack, know this: you are not broken. You are proof that the heart can rise again, stronger, wiser, and more aware. Heart attack recovery is not about going back to who you were, it's about becoming someone new. Someone who values each sunrise, each breath, each pulse. So today, make a promise, not to live in fear, but to live with purpose. Because every beat you hear isn't just a sound, it's a reminder. A reminder that your heart, still beating, still fighting, is the most powerful story of resilience there is. And maybe that story begins today. So now you know what happens during a heart attack, and more importantly, what you can do to stop it from happening again. This isn't just science, it's life. And your life deserves to be lived fully, not fearfully. If there's one truth the American Heart Association keeps reminding us, it's this: you have more control over your heart than you think. Through awareness, daily habits, and timely heart attack treatment, millions of lives are being saved, not by luck, but by knowledge put into action. Your heart has already carried you through so much. It beats 100.000 times a day without asking for anything except care. So give it that care. Eat for your heart, move for your heart, rest for your heart, and when it warns you, listen, before silence takes its place. And if you're wondering how to prevent heart attack or strengthen your recovery, we've got you covered. In our next video, we'll explore the root causes of heart disease and the science-backed ways to reverse them naturally. So before you scroll away, take a deep breath and press that subscribe button. Because here at the Cardiac Hub, we don't just talk about the heart, we help it beat longer, stronger, and wiser. This is where knowledge meets action. And every heartbeat tells a story, your story.